2018, in freshman year of high school, a year of confusion, peak Fortnite, and people who could build so well it was like constructing the goddamn Taj Mahal. But one more thing came out that year. One light at the end of the tunnel. One saving grace. Spider-Man PS4. I saw the trailer for this game and immediately I felt an overwhelming sense of joy for a new Spider-Man game, much like every other Spider-Man fan seeing this trailer out there. There was just one small, tiny issue.
This is a load of barnacles.
So now I get two options. Option A, buy a PS4 just so I can play Spider-Man, or option B, stay completely spoiler-free for 4 years and hope that it comes out on PC so that all of my waiting and avoiding spoilers wasn't a complete waste of time. And then it did.
The city is in danger. It needs our help.
All of our help.
All right, well, call the play, coach.
Hello, New York!
Hey, Yuri. I caught the bad guys, but
But what?
you might want to bring a ladder.
It was here. It was finally here. No matter how much PlayStation enthusiasts screamed about it, oh, it's supposed to only be exclusive. No, Spider-Man is for everyone now. And by everyone, I mean everyone who owns a PC and no one on Xbox or any other consoles. But Spider-Man, you know? And I will admit that avoiding spoilers for a game for 4 years is a little bit insane. But I loved Spider-Man, and I still love Spider-Man. I grew up with him. Hell, I even dressed up as him for Halloween. And this was the second time. And I've played Web of Shadows and Spider-Man 2, so I'm no, Johnny come lately to Spider-Man games or web swinging. So needless to say, I was ecstatic to get a new swinging experience in. And I'm something of a gamer myself, so I thought I would give my review after waiting 4 years and not spoiling myself at all for Now, Spider-Man by critics is rated anywhere from about 80 to 100% with an 87 on Metacritic, but typically doesn't go much lower than that, save for a select few sources, and it most definitely deserves that score. In my opinion, the combat, while maybe not being as creative and over the top as something like, say, Web of Shadows as mentioned earlier, still feels familiar yet fresh. And I won't say the combat system is perfect because it's not, but for a Spider-Man game where you also have to incorporate suit abilities and his gadgets, I say it's really good and definitely one of the best. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't have any gripes with it. Sometimes when you would try to web someone up like a brute, you could very easily unintentionally aim for the random enemy behind him and miss all of your web shooter shots. And this isn't a huge deal since your web shooters do replenish, but when the brute has a minigun like in the later Sable DLCs, let's just say I noticed this issue a lot more during my frustration when dealing with them. Now, I like the healing system and the way it's done through focus, however, I can't help but think it's almost too easy to heal. There's no animation like in The Amazing Spider-Man, which I personally really miss, and I really want to see it back. I think it would be really cool to see Spider-Man web up his wrist or web up wherever he's hurt in order to heal. But in this, it's more of just kind of like, here's a cool green mist that you can do while in any other animation and fighting, and now you can heal. The swinging is arguably the most important part in a Spider-Man game. If you get this wrong and you can't feel like Spider-Man, then a lot of people aren't going to enjoy your game. However, I am definitely glad to say that while it sometimes can feel a bit hand-holdy and floaty, this is definitely the best Spider-Man swinging that we've had so far to date. I will admit, when it came to the story, there were some ups and downs, but overall I thought the story was pretty good. The first time I think I ever thought this is kind of stupid, was when Otto walked in on Peter fixing his suit in the beginning of the game and ends up thinking that he's working for Spider-Man and isn't Spider-Man himself. I feel like someone who is as smart as Otto would have put 2 and 2 together, and I know what some of you are saying.
But Chimp, did you even play the game?
Yes, I know at the end of the game he knows it's Peter, but I feel like Otto knowing from the beginning that Peter is Spider-Man would help add more impact to Otto's betrayal. And now, I stayed spoiler-free, but obviously I know who Doc Ock is, so when they decided to go fairly on beat with his character and not take too many risks, it made the story seem more predictable, but it was still alright. Now, when it comes to Martin Lee, or Mr. Negative rather, I personally didn't really enjoy him. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't know it was him right away. But once Peter brought the mask to him after saving MJ and Fisk's art lady, I pretty much instantly went, oh, so he's the big bad. And then had it confirmed for me not too long later when he 360 no-scoped Miles' dad. Now, I think my biggest gripe for this game's story would have to be the disappointment that was the Sinister Six. I mean, it was right there. I could have just stretched it out a little bit more, and I would have been able to reach it with my hand. I mean, the whole gang is almost here. We got Rhino, Electro, Scorpion, Vulture, not Green Goblin, and not Mysterio. I mean, Shocker is in here for so little time, and his missions are over so quickly that I genuinely, for a minute, thought that he was just Electro, and had to Google if he was really in the game or not. And, I mean, to be fair, so is Kingpin, but he's only in the beginning of the game, and it makes sense since we take him down, and that's what leads to the takeover of the Demon Clan with Martin Lee. I think that my final thoughts on this game is that it's everything that a Spider-Man game needs to be, while at the same time not taking too many risks. It's a good game, as well as having a pretty good story overall, which makes it a very fun experience for the whole 16 hours of main story content, and that's not including DLC and side quests and, suit collection. And now for my completely biased opinion. This game is fucking amazing. I genuinely think it's perfect right now. I've had so much fun with this game, and the sheer amount of mods that have come out and are still being made makes this game even better that I could do a whole separate video just on those alone. Wait a minute.